Networking topologies and layout. Networking topologies and layout. There are many different ways network nodes can be connected together. There are many different ways network nodes can be connected together. When we talk about network nodes, we're talking about those points where networks meet, or where they are supposed to meet and share all resources that they have been given. This isn't normally a consideration in small networks, but as networks get larger, they become more important. So the word is, as networks get larger, it becomes more important. So the image you're seeing below is one of the ways a network node can be connected. Network nodes can be connected together. As you can see, they're all meeting at that given point. Common connection technologies like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, etc. are designed to work using a particular network topology. When designing networks and choosing connection protocols, having an understanding of these protocols, of these topologies is important. When designing networks and choosing connection protocols, having an understanding of these topologies is important. The common ones are as follows. Number 1 is bus. Number 2 is ring, the ring network, the bus network, the mesh network, the star, and the hybrid. Each of these topologies has advantages and disadvantages. So you'll have to do some research about the advantages and disadvantages of these topologies. Each Ethernet network early Ethernet networks used a bus structure. Modern Ethernet networks and Wi-Fi networks use a star bus hybrid structure. There is a difference. However, both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth have been upgraded to support mesh networking. Both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are being upgraded to support mesh networking. Networking topology, physical versus logical. How the nodes on a network communicate with each other can be very different to how they are physically interconnected. How they communicate to each other is different on how they communicate physically, or how they are connected physically. Most home and small office networks use a physical bus topology. Common logical topologies are peer-to-peer and client-server. The web, or WWW, is a client-server network at a logical level. So let's look at peer-to-peer and client-server networking. 1. Peer-to-peer. In a peer-to-peer network, all nodes are equal and any node can talk to any other node. No node has any special role. This was the original networking model of Windows networking. In brackets, Windows for work groups. So peer-to-peer networking model is illustrated below. Any node can exchange data with any other node. This is what we call a peer-to-peer networking model. Each node is a client and a server. So it can serve and it can be client, which means it can serve and it can receive. Advantages and disadvantages. Advantage 1, easier to set up. Peer-to-peer networking models are easier to set up. Number 2, peer-to-peer networking is not dependent on a single model. Since they can communicate with each other, they can be client and server at the same time. So they don't depend on a single node. They are more resilient, which means they are stronger. There is better distribution of network traffic, since this network traffic can be divided and is not relying on a single node. So there is better distribution of network traffic. It can balance. There is no central administrator required. There is no central administrator required. So these networks are independent. You don't need to tell it now, share this information with the other node or the other computer, now share it with the other computer. They understand each other. Peer-to-peer networking model is requires less expensive hardware. Peer-to-peer requires less expensive hardware. So which means it is somehow cheap. Let's look at its disadvantages. Peer-to-peer is less secure and more difficult to secure, since every computer and every node acts as client and server. So it becomes hard to secure. It is also more difficult to administer, since look at this structure. This is going this way, the other way, up, down. So it is hard and more difficult to administer. It is difficult to back up, because every computer, as you can see, has its own hard disk, so it stores its own data. So it is hard to do what? To back up data. It is more difficult to locate information, because you don't know if it is on computer A or on computer B, is it on computer C or what? So it becomes difficult to locate information. So those are some of its advantages. Let's continue and say, this was the original networking model used in early Windows networks, in brackets Windows for workgroups. A modern example of peer-to-peer networking is BitTorrent. I hope some of you have used what we call, or have heard of what we call BitTorrent. It is the modern version of the peer-to-peer networking model. Although this networking model isn't currently popular, it could become more popular with the Internet of Things. Remember that when we talked about the Internet of Things, whereby we have various devices sharing a universal resource, since this model almost uses the same principle, chances are high that it will become more popular in future. Let's talk about the client server. In a client server network, a server has a special role, e.g., file server, domain controller, web server, etc. A client connects to a server to use the appropriate services. This is the networking model used on the web and the internet and on modern large Windows networks. This is an example of a client-server networking model. We have a server and the others will be clients. Data EGIF files are stored on the server and accessed by clients. Clients do not share data. For example, when all our data on Facebook is stored on the Facebook servers, so the rest of us become clients, which means we do not share data. No one can see your date of birth if you don't want them to see your date of birth. No one will see your current location if you don't want them to see your current location. No one will read your messages. So clients do not share data. Advantages: easier to find resources as they are on a dedicated node, i.e. a server. So it is easier to find the data since it is not distributed amongst clients. It is on one dedicated node or server. Easier to secure. So you only need to secure one server, and then the rest of the clients will also be secure. It is easy to administer. As you can see, you only administer the server. You don't have to administer the server, then come back and administer the client, as you saw in peer-to-peer networking model. Data and information is easier to back up, since they are all stored on one particular server. Those are the advantages. Disadvantages: servers are a single point of failure, which means that if this server fails, if anything happens to this server, you lose everything, which is not the case for peer-to-peer networking model. Number 2, expensive hardware is required. By the way, servers are very, very expensive and very, very delicate. They are expensive and delicate because they transmit millions of data per second, serving them to clients or to client computers in the shortest possible time all over the world. So servers in the Facebook warehouse or Google warehouse are expensive because of what they do. They have to transmit millions of data per second in the shortest possible time. So that makes them expensive to acquire and use. The other disadvantage is network traffic gets concentrated. When network traffic gets concentrated, obviously the server will slow down because it is serving very many people in a short time. So it will obviously slow down, hence causing slowness on the client service, on the client side computer, which makes everything boring. So we are saying that a modern example of client-server networking is the web, which means we have an example of Facebook, Twitter, Google Search, and many other web services use this networking model. One centralized server or network node serving millions or billions of users per second. That is how the client-server networking model works. So when I come back, we're going to talk about the network size, the networking levels and layers, etc.